What's up, guys?
That's Sweetwater.
Metal Shop TV here. Once
Yeah.
again, we are in Prague, and today we are sitting here with Hollywood Undead.
Yes.
Yeah.
What up, Metal Shop?
How are you doing?
We're good,
Good.
dude.
How is the tour going so far?
Good. Very good.
Great.
I would like to ask you about your record collection so far, because I think time can change opinions about your very own work. So let's start with the debut album, Swan Songs. With debut albums, it's always like they are really easy to make or really hard to make. So what was your case?
Ours was really hard because we had a lot of difficulty with our record label. So we finished it, and they said, Interscope said, oh no, it's not done, but didn't tell us what to do, and they wouldn't give us more money to record it. So it was very simple, and then got very, very complicated. We ended up releasing it on a different label. So after we were done, it took 2 years to get it out because we had to move from one label, all the paperwork and all that. So the writing process was very smooth, very easy, but releasing it, that became very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That record had a couple of huge singles, and it was very successful. So how was it for you to have such a huge success after a relatively small time?
I mean, obviously that's what we were working for, so we were all really happy. I mean, looking back on the record now, it's funny because someone asked me this question yesterday, if I would do something different. I don't know about them, but it's weird because there's a lot of things I'm like, God, that's not, I would have done something different, but at the same time, how can you say that about something that got you somewhere you wanted to go? So it's a love-hate relationship, I think, for me with Swan Songs.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know.
There's definitely words on the album I wouldn't have used that I think held us back. You know, the F word and not fuck. The other one, you know, that he calls me all the time. But I would take those off. I think that held us back. So that's the only regret I have of that record, was using that word, especially since that record came out. Right?
Yeah. No, I mean, creatively, you know, you write songs about stuff that you're going through at the time. I have never met a band that isn't like loves their first record. We were really young too, so your concerns, your thought process is that of a very young person. So looking back, I'm like, oh, what an idiot. But at the same time, you're supposed to be an idiot. You're a kid. You know what I mean? So there's no reason to judge it. But I think certainly we've grown a lot, as songwriters. And
I think
like
every band looks back at their first record and cringes a little bit. You know?
Of course.
It's like, we're no different. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Except Everywhere I Go is still the greatest song they ever wrote.
Okay, so let's go to the next record. That was American Tragedy.
Yeah.
Change of singer. I think you got the most out of it. I think it went really well.
Yeah.
Looking back, was it a very difficult time period for you, would you say?
No, that was a fun time period. For me,
that was my favorite
that
writing
record.
process.
It's probably my favorite record too that we ever.
It's right up there
Yeah,
for me too.
it's definitely.
I definitely think the follow-up to your debut is a very dangerous thing, especially if you've had success.
It's
And in my opinion, I think because of that, with that pressure, we knew that. I think American Tragedy is at least our best record, or tied right up there with the best record. I think we just killed Swan Songs with it, which is always the goal when you write a second record. But yeah, there were challenges. Like you said, we had a new singer. You don't know how you're going to work with someone until you're doing it. So there was all these challenges. But to be honest, the transition was it was seamless. There was never a day where I was like, is this going to work? We got in the studio, we did it, and we had a lot of fun. And we recorded in New York for a while. So we had a lot of fun doing it. There was a lot of good times. I think everybody found their niche in the band and kind of did what they were really good at, and we joined forces, and I think we made a really good record on the second one.
There's always the fear, though, because, you know, the sophomore slump. So writing it was fun, and I think it came out amazing, but there's still, in the back of my mind, there's still that fear, like, is this going to work? Because most bands fail after their first record, like 90% of them.
Yeah.
So to me, I was nervous, like, this might be the end, I don't know, you didn't have no idea. Until we released it, and it got like overwhelming, good reviews, and
sold a ton.
Yeah, sold a ton. So I was relieved to see that, because I was actually scared, like, this might not work, this might be it, because that happens to so many bands. Unfortunately, like, the music industry is an unforgiving place, and you can be gone like that.
Yeah, if you don't make hits or whatever, those
Well,
things.
I discovered you through that record, and that was my jam at high school. So.
Oh yeah.
Me too. I was in high school when we wrote it. I graduated right after it came out.
Were you guys pen pals in high school?
Yeah, we used to write
We
each
went
other.
together.
I love letters before I came out.
Check high.
Okay, that record contained the big single from that record was "Been to Hell."
Was it?
Oh, kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, in the States it was Hear Me Now. That's why I was asking.
Oh,
Hero's Been to Hell, huh? That was
yeah.
a big track?
"Been to
Nice.
Hell" is a huge track,
Oh, right.
and I think it's a heavier track than anything that is on a debut album. So was that like your decision to go a bit heavier way with a single?
It was some people back home were like, they Hear Me Now was the other single. They were actually like Ben Hell, it's got more teeth to it.
Mhm.
We didn't do that intentionally. We just wanted to write a song like that. You know, that wasn't like intentional. We never knew that song was gonna be a
Yeah,
single.
and we never go in and go, let's write a song like this. I think it's a little more organic where it's like, I think Been to Hell ended up like Been to Hell just because that's the way it was going to go. But we don't go in and say, let's write a really heavy song or something. You know, there's no premeditation to it. I think I love Been to Hell. I mean, we still play that one live after all these years and it's still, you know, the fans love it and we like playing it. So, but yeah, that one came out really good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the third record. That was Notes from the Underground.
Mm-hmm.
What I think about that record is that you've taken the American tragedy and pushed it to the next level. You've taken what worked and pushed it further. Is that right?
I mean, Notes is actually probably my favorite record that we did, just
Yeah.
because particular songs on it, like for me anyway, I like it because it's so dark. There's so much dark stuff on it, which is more my vibe and stuff. So I've always really liked that record. That record was really difficult because that very same label that released Swan Songs of American Tragedy went out of business
Oh.
right after we put out Notes. So that was probably the most difficult record cycle we've ever had because you don't have a label. We fired our manager because he was an asshole, and he like kind of juked us, and it was just so we didn't have a manager. You go from being up here, oh yeah, we're doing this, we're on cloud nine, to now you have nothing, no base, no label, no nothing. So that was definitely the most difficult cycle, even though it was my favorite record.
Did we go to Europe on that cycle?
No,
We didn't.
come to
So
Europe.
it's like it doesn't like on paper, like or on record, like it's a great record, but behind the scenes everything was falling apart.
Everything fell
We
apart.
toured for 6 to 8 months on that record, which is a huge failure, but not because of the record we feel that we wrote, because the label disappeared, all the funding went away, our
Literally.
manager disappeared.
You
But
call
it
them
was
and-
number 2 in America.
Yeah, number 2 in America, number 1 in Canada. The beginning was very good. It was set up to be a very successful record, but I'm not kidding you. After 1 month after its release, I called the record label, and it was like a disconnected phone line. They just disappeared.
And they owe us a ton of money, but it disappeared too.
Yeah. No, that's
Shit
that's
happens.
this guy James Diener. He's a piece of shit. And Ben Berkman.
Piece of
And Ron Lafitte was our manager at the
piece
time.
of shit.
I would love to do a drive-by if
There's
they
a
lived
camera.
together. But hey, that's the business. The problem with the music industry is they're criminals. There's a lot of they have really good lawyers, so they get away with things they shouldn't because they have the money to get away with it, which is sad the way the world works, but that's the way it works.
It's just their way. They want to make as much as money possible.
Yeah, and
quickly as possible.
they don't care if it
Yeah.
ruins someone's life. Like if they make people homeless to make money, they're more than happy to do so.
You have to be successful in business.
Thank you, businessman.
It makes sense. What's great about nowadays in technology is that artists don't need these assholes anymore. They don't need these scumbags. They can actually, you know, create up your own SoundCloud, sell your own music. The artist should always make the most money and then filter the other way. Right now, it's like everyone makes money. Here's the artist, and it trickles down. It should be the other way. The artist makes the most money.
Yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah.
But now it's finally starting to turn around.
The traditional deal is a label gets about 84% of all profit from a record, which is crazy because the right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's turning because of Spotify and things like that. Now the money, there'll never be as much money as there was when they used to sell tons of records. But I'd almost rather take a hit to know that they're not making that much money, even if it affects me badly, because the way they behaved for all these years. The record industry caused its own destruction. It wasn't fans. They kept ripping kids off, charging $20 for a record, and going way above and beyond to really rob people. And eventually people were like, I'm going to find another way to get music because it's not worth getting robbed over by these guys. But it was never the artists. So the sad part is the fans and the artists were affected, and it was all created by these guys in suits in offices that have nothing to do with music.
And they signed like 7 records or something like that.
Yeah, which at
So
the time
so you are basically
you
just
think that's a
like-
good thing at the time because you think, oh, I have job security. I have 7 records. But the second they don't want you, they just let you go. You're gone.
Okay, so that record. So the third record contained.
You like that? Sorry, go ahead.
The third record contained single "We Are." That was a big single. You worked on it with clown from
Sorry.
Slipknot.
Yeah, he did our video.
I think for me it's the best, your best video so far.
Oh.
What was it like to work with him?
I don't remember. I was so drunk. It was cool though. We did it in an old abandoned hospital in LA.
Scary.
So it's like you go so far underneath the ground. There's like abandoned morgues, and the whole building's empty. It's trash. It was a lot of fun. He's a very nice guy. He's like one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Really creative too. Very like he actually had a lot of it.
He has a vision.
True artist.
More so than other directors. Most directors are like, okay, like they don't really care. He was like, he really brought something to the table, but he also allowed you to have, like, he called each of us individually and talked to each of us for like an hour about what we wanted to make sure that he was going down a road we wanted. I've never gotten a call from a video director before a video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean that's pretty cool, and especially a guy like him who has a lot of a lot going for himself to spend his time and really care about what we felt about the video. He's got my vote. He's cool.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Clown for president 2020.
2020 baby.
Kid Rock.
He's got the age.
That's my VP.
Okay, Kid Rock and Vice President.
Okay, so the fourth one, Day of the Dead, contains like a darker songs like Dark Places, but also like party smashers like Party by Myself and War Child.
I like that name, Party Smash. You want to hear a Party Smasher?
Yeah, I like that. It is a party
You
smasher.
can say tonight to the
Oh,
crowd.
yeah, you want to hear a party smasher?
Yeah.
I'll be there. So.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, so who is the party guy in a band?
Me.
Who comes up with that? Who comes up with that stuff?
He's the party boy.
I'm the party smasher.
Party
Well,
smasher.
because I want, it's not that I only like that kind of style of song, it's that these guys are so good at writing the darker shit.
Mhm.
I mean...
And you're very good at
And,
writing.
I'm good at writing the party shit, and to have a good balanced record, it's like that's kind of my responsibility as the party smashers. And they're a lot of fun to write too. That like I have such a blast not only writing them but performing
Yeah, playing
live.
is a lot of fun too. Not everywhere I go. That's the one that I wish.
No,
we
that's
would.
the best one.
It's done smashing party.
Those are two best party smashers.
Hell yeah, bro. Fuck yeah, let's party, dude.
Let's smash this party up.
And I think that was the record when you went like an international. We
Yeah.
come from an American band that has a success in America. You went like now everywhere you go, bitches always know. But,
Yeah, exactly.
But also everywhere you go, you got like a sold out crowd and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't get to come to Europe on that record because all the funding and their label disappeared.
On the one
No, the one before that, he's on Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead is
Day of
when we
the
blew
Dead.
up here.
Yeah, that's when we blew up, but that's because of the building we did from, like, starting on Slum Songs. When we first came here, we played to 50 people,
Oh,
but,
yeah,
but
totally.
we knew that you just have to keep coming back and you slowly build it.
You have to earn the difference between America and Europe. You have to earn fans in Europe, and you have to go through things. In America, if you just have a single, you have fans. Now the difference is the second you don't have a single, those fans are gone in America. Here, once you earn the fans, you keep the fans.
Yeah.
People care much more about live music in Europe than they do in the States. It's sad because obviously I'm from the U.S., but that is the difference. It's a lot harder to earn fans in Europe, but you can hang on to them. In the U.S., it's all whoever's the most
Yeah.
popular has the fans, and once you don't have a single, you're
They're more loyal out here.
More loyal.
And I don't think they look back at the old bands they used to like and be like, oh, I can't believe I listened to them.
yeah.
You know, it's like if they liked a band ever, then they're going to like them forever.
So would you say Europe is your favorite concert
Yeah,
destination?
100%. This isn't going to be televised in the U.S., right?
No.
Okay, yeah, dude. Fucking Europe, man.
Now that
They
you
definitely better live shows. There's no
Yeah,
doubt
yeah,
about it.
100%.
I wouldn't even care if they heard it because it's true. Step your game up, USA.
No, it really
No
is.
one's gonna come to your shows in the United States right now.
I don't care. I never want to go back. I'm moving here. Me and you are going to be flatmates. We're going to be
Okay.
smashing party.
Party smashers.
The Party Smashers,
Yeah.
bro. That's a good side
A lot of
project
hot
name.
guys that are flat.
I'm going to copyright that right now.
Sounds cool.
The Party Smashers.
Okay,
Talk to my
so
lawyer.
okay, so let's get to 2017, your fifth record called Five. So right now there's five of you, one member left. So was it his decision or what happened?
Yeah, difference of opinions, you know, his decisions. Like, the way this happens to every band. It's
Yeah.
like there's no way to really like describe it and get into too much detail. It's like people grow apart musically.
He wanted to go do something else.
Yeah, sometimes people get a divorce just because they don't. It's not that they hate each other. It's just that hey, this marriage isn't working, and
Mhm.
you've been in it. I spend more time. I'm married, and I spend more time with these guys than my wife. So it's hard, you know, being around the same person. It's just we grew apart.
It's his choice to leave.
Yeah. There's probably gonna be 4 members pretty soon after today. We've got some problems brewing.
Well, I fired you earlier in the interview. They can rewind and show that clip.
So now there's only 4. I'm just chilling till the end. I don't want to disrupt anything.
This is his last show. Well,
Okay, so this record contains 2 singles, 2 heavier singles, California Dreaming and Renegade.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked about the party smashers. So who comes with the heavier stuff in a band? Who's the like a Slayer guy or something?
I think honestly, I really do think it's kind of a song by song thing. There's not one person doing the party smashing, only one person doing the heavy stuff. He does most of that stuff, but I think that stuff is more. A lot of our songs are really a group effort, especially songs like that where we just kind of sit there and we all work together. You know, the heavier stuff, probably me and Jay, you know, are probably more go down that road of making things heavier.
it's song for song. California Dreaming was all of us. Renegade was more him and I. So it really is song for song basis. They could jump around and he does heavy songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
We work on party songs, but if you'd have to go like song per song.
Yeah.
But yeah, the overallness is probably him and I do the heavier stuff and he does the smashing.
If you had to quantify it, he loves to smash.
He loves to smash that shit.
You know, I've seen, it's only been, what is it, 3 o'clock, and I've already seen his dick like 8 times.
Yeah.
That's how much he shows
I
it.
smashed it against his face.
I wake up.
Because you know, California Dreaming is maybe your first like a mosh pit song. Maybe.
We got a couple moshers, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a heavy riff for the. I don't know if you've had such a heavy fucking.
Yeah,
song.
It's like a
Undead.
circle pit song maybe.
Yeah, because Been to Hell is a mosh song, but it's true, it's slower and it's
Yeah,
not
it's
as
like
mosh.
an upbeat
Yeah.
mosher.
Renegade's a mosher too. We got 2 moshers on this
Yeah,
record.
this was California Dream was the first song where our music usually like the chorus is like, you know, big and then the verses kind of go down. California Dreaming, we're like, let's just keep it upbeat, like a punk beat the whole time. Because we knew when we played it live, it was like a circle pit type song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not really a mosh band per se, like, you know, for the whole set and stuff. I know there's bands that you know, there's different kinds of things going on. For us, it's fun to have a mosh because we're not one of those bands that you listen to and you're going to automatically mosh to, so it's kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last question, guys. What are your plans for the rest of the 2018?
We have a lot of touring coming up. I think we're going to put out, don't quote me, but an EP with some new songs out in the summer. That's the goal. We got some songs that we didn't put on the record that are really, really good, and we got to get those out because we wrote a lot of songs for this record, and they wouldn't know.
Probably wouldn't happen until the fall.
Yeah, summer, fall, tons of touring. We're coming back to Europe in June, doing all the festivals. We'll be here in June as well at a
Back
festival.
in the Czech, June 26th, is it? The festival?
Yeah, so we'll be here,
Mm-hmm.
smashing the party to smash,
Party
smashing.
smashing.
Party
smashing. It's a good name.
Charlie and the Party Smashers. Damn, I need to copyright that too.
We have a
Okay.
lot of ideas, bro. You're gonna be suing soon.
We can wait to see you party smashing again.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Oh, thank you, man.
Greatly
Cheers, bro.
appreciate it.
Oh, our pleasure.
Hollywood Undead, Metal Shop TV.
Metal or death,
Oh,
bro.